What's good, YouTube? What is up? What is up? What is up? What about now? Is it working? Is that better? Just driving down just a little bit past the beach here, and maybe it'll work better here. Well, it looks like it's working better. Wow. Interesting way to start a live stream. Yeah, this is better. Yeah, this is a lot better. What is up, everyone? Wow, my screen is really smudgy. Let me wipe it off really fast. There we go. That's better. Hi, I'm from Norway, everyone. You're from Norway. Interesting. Interesting. What city in Norway? You live in Oslo? What about Copenhagen? Hint, hint. Oslo, Copenhagen. But anyway, what is up, everyone? UK in the house. What is up, everyone? What is up? Of course, I didn't make a vlog today because I didn't make a vlog yesterday, so I didn't upload a vlog today. It's just super hard to vlog. Like now since I'm back in SF, like that's my thing. It's just super hard to vlog. So yeah, looks like I'm gonna drive down a little bit farther because there's like a jackhammer going off right here. I have to disconnect the Bluetooth from my phone. Gosh, it's so noisy. I don't know if you guys can hear it, but like I can hear it, and it's just super annoying. Just drive down, just right over here. Cool, 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 cool. Yes, it's quiet. It's nice. I'm over near Ocean Beach, bro. That's true. I'm always lost when I'm cold and hungry. Jermaine looks a little high right now. No, you know what happened? This is what happened last night. This is why my eyes look all messed up. Last night, I was all day yesterday I was delivering on caviar, and I had literally the last order. It was like a double order, and it was like a $19 payout, and both of the drop-off locations were really close to one another. So I thought, yo, of course I'm gonna accept this order. I'm driving, and the order falls over, and it just spills like everywhere. It like completely destroys the order. So I didn't realize this until I didn't realize this until I'm pulling up to the customer's house, and I'm about to get out of the car, and I'm reaching to pick the bag up, in the bag, like just like you know, basically the bottom of the bag falls out, and I like lift the bag, and it's just the paper part, and it's just like a big mess. Like everything was just covered, and it was shrimp in the bag, right? And since I touched it because I had to get all of it out of the car, since I touched it and didn't wash my hands, I accidentally touched my eye, and I'm allergic to crawfish. So I touched my eye, and it made my eye like puff up like crazy, and like it's a whole lot better now. But it's like a allergic reaction because I'm allergic to shellfish. Hello from Oxford in the UK. I will definitely be back to the UK. Like I'm not gonna go. The UK won't be my next trip. I'll probably go into the UK in the winter just to vlog there in the winter and just travel around and go to different cities and stuff like that. But the UK is definitely a place I really, really like. And there's so many other places. There's so many other places that I haven't explored there. Like for example, I've only been to London in England. Like only London. Like I've been to more parts of what? Well, I guess only. Never mind. I think Jermaine girl punched him. He's making a no, no girl punch me. Yes, I do work for Uber Eats. Let me borrow a dollar. I still do TaskRabbit, but like my account is like on hold or something like that. I don't really care. That just means I should probably travel more. Looks like I am going to. I haven't booked a flight yet, but I found this flight chain that works. And what I mean by flight chain, let me explain to you guys what I mean by flight chain. So a lot of times when I book flights, I typically will look for like a cheap flight getting me from point A to point B. And that's like one flight. That's like the big flight. And then from there I'll look for like smaller flights to get me around. And a lot of times I'll look for a flight to go from one place to go to the next and then go to the next and then go to the next and then go to the next. And sometimes it works out really easy, sometimes it doesn't. But since school is starting back, all flights are like cheaper because there's less people flying. And I found this chain that works very well. It also involves traveling to, I don't, gosh, I gotta be. Norwegian Airlines is super cheap. But Wow Airlines is really cheap too. Vlog in Amsterdam would be great. Maybe later. No, I haven't been to New Zealand yet. Yeah, my life is interesting. Like it's interesting, but it's kind of weird. Like like my life is interesting, but at the same time, it's not normal. Like that's what it is. It's not normal. Like it's just not. It's not normal, you know. And when I meet people and tell them what I do, like it just it's just like not normal, you know. It's just not. Oh yeah, Ryanair is really good. About your trip in Italy? Oh no, nothing about that trip. I think I don't know, I'm just like back in SF and I'm just getting back in the swing of things and I've noticed that like nothing has really changed. Don't get me wrong, a lot of things have changed here. Like I noticed that it looks like they have pushed out the homeless people, like a lot of them, because I noticed in downtown I don't see homeless people like I once did. Like they're still around, but not in the same places. And they've really cleaned it up a lot. It could be just because this is the summertime. And in the summertime, there's a lot of tourists, so they want to clean up the city. We'll probably have to wait till the winter time and see what happens. That's when the city will probably get back to how it used to be. How do you pay for your travels? Like, it, guys. That's a question I see pop up all the time. It actually costs me more to stay in San Francisco than it does to travel. Like, yeah. Switzerland was expensive, more expensive than SF, but most other places I go to are pretty dang cheap. Or not pretty dang cheap, but they're just cheaper than here. Yes. When are you traveling again? It looks like I may be traveling again in about 2 weeks. I noticed that on YouTube, my views are dropping like crazy just because I'm not traveling. And I'm also not really making content because it's kind of tough when I make like travel content and within a week, a video will get like 25,000 views or 30,000 views in a week. And then when I get back to the US, I'm just doing my like just my normal life. You know, I'm just like doing deliveries on a skateboard and doing deliveries in a car, which versus travel content, like I think that's kind of not as entertaining. And then when I come back here and look at my videos that I make here and they get like 2,000 views in like a week versus travel videos that get like way more views, it kind of makes me not want to like, it kind of makes me not want to like vlog here as much. It makes me want to just focus on making money here. Because one reason why I did come back to the US is to make money, to like save money and also invest money and also to save a little bit of money for this trip, for the next trip that comes up. I usually take cash. Like I usually like maybe take like I'll like work here and like withdraw cash like when I'm here in the U.S. and then I'll use that cash when I'm like on the trip. But then I'll also use like cards and stuff when I'm on a trip. But that's pretty much what I'm doing here. I'm trying to add to my 401k because there is a not 401k. What is it? It's like the stash retirement account. So if you add up to $5,500 a year, it's a tax write off. So I definitely want to, get $5,500 in there this year because it'll be a nice tax write off. And it's actually not as bad when you can pick the stocks. It's not bad at all. If I don't like put $5,500 in there, I'll just transfer money from Robinhood. So that way this year I'll get the 5,500. Yeah, IRA. That's what it is. Yeah, IRA. That's what I was trying to say. Yeah, so pretty much what it looks like I'm doing now is what I've done all this year is I've basically have traveled for like a month or 6 weeks, and then I'll come back to the U.S. and stay for a month, and then travel again. I've been doing that all year, and you know, I didn't exactly, honestly, at the beginning of this year, I didn't exactly plan for this year to go the way it has went. I kind of plan to take like at least one international trip per month, but I didn't plan to just take trips like I'm doing this year. Like this was like kind of unplanned. After like the first trip and after gaining a lot of subscribers and a lot of views from outside the U.S., it just turned into a thing that I want like just keep wanting to do because I see that like wow, this is really working like really good for YouTube. And now I see like the total opposite. I see that when I come back here, like I'm getting less views, but then when I'm traveling, I'm getting like crazy amounts of views. And when I've been traveling, I've been experimenting with YouTube quite a bit with like the search and SEO, and I've been hitting it like nail on the head, like left and right, yo. Like it's been awesome. Yeah, this year's just been incredible. What do you see yourself in the next 5 years? Hopefully, I'll have hopefully I'll have a larger stock portfolio, and hopefully I'll be living somewhere offshore and not in expensive San Francisco. Or I don't know, maybe I'll get married or something. Who knows? I sort of feel lost like when I come back. Like yeah, I kind of feel lost because I come back and I feel really lost when I come back because like it San Francisco is just like it's a weird place, man. It I can't really describe it. I like this place a lot, but I have a difficult time like meeting people, like all the time. Like all the time, I have a difficult time talking to people. Like I went on this date the other day. I was gonna make a video talking about just Tinder dates that I've been on. I don't know if that's something you guys would wanna see or hear. But there's this Tinder date I went on a couple days ago. At 7 in the morning, I went on this Tinder date, right? And I was, I'm talking to this chick, and we talked for like an hour and a half. We're talking about freaking politics. We're talking about like just, we're having some pretty deep like conversations, yo. And we're sitting in this Starbucks, and there's people around, and they're like, obviously they're paying attention, like they're listening, because they're like, dang, like these two young kids are like all talking about, we're talking about a lot of stuff like in the Middle East and a lot of wars and a lot of like petrodollar conspiracy type stuff, and we began to talk about what we did for a living because I told her that I was into like social media marketing when we met online, which is, I mean, what does social media marketing mean? I mean, I could be working for a company, like I could be some guy like selling Amazon links or something. Like social media marketing is just like saying, "Hey guys, I'm an entrepreneur." So she's talking about what she did for a living. She was like a fitness trainer, and she's taking classes to get like a master's degree because if you don't have a master's degree around here, you can't get a good job, or I don't know, something like that. She was saying, and she was studying psychology, and yeah, one of those majors. And when I was telling her about like what I do for a living, and it wasn't like she didn't believe me, but she was just giving me that whole look like, yeah, you're like full of crap. And I don't know, like people are kind of hard here, yo. Not everybody, but I just noticed it. Some people are kind of like just kind of stiff. Use your job to travel the world. See what other on YouTube and see how blessed you are. Yes, no, I don't mind at all. Like I love my life. I love what I do. Like I love the fact that I don't work for someone else like directly. I mean, of course I still work because making YouTube videos is work, and I've definitely been delivering a lot of food the past couple of days, and that's work. But I'm not like tied to like a boss, and if I want to stop working for a couple hours and do something else, I can do that. I like that freedom a lot. I am in San Francisco. I'm actually gonna go walk outside. You guys want to go for a little walk? If you're watching this live stream, give your homeboy Jermaine a thumbs up, like right now. Give your homeboy Jermaine a thumbs up, yo. Let's go on a little walk. Looks like we got a trail. Oh, nice! Look at this little chair right here, bench. Whoa! I'm like falling over. There's not a proper way to cross the freeway. I may have to just like run out. No, I'm not even gonna go over there. I can tell that's like a bridge or something. How does dating compare in the East Bay? Dating is probably a whole lot different in the East Bay. I'm pretty sure it's a whole lot different in the East Bay, yo. I would imagine. I've actually met some pretty cool chicks in the East Bay. I met this one chick on Tinder. She was from Egypt, like she was an African girl. But we met, and she was literally like going out of town. Like she was moving to Mexico City, like 2 days later. And dude, she was so freaking awesome to hang out with. She was so beautiful too. Like, I mean, she was like mind blowing, yo. And she was like, she wasn't like dark skinned, but like, she was pretty dark. She wasn't like dark like me, but she's Egyptian. She was like so awesome. So if you guys like see me, like, if you guys see me traveling to Mexico City, like, you know what's up. Well, I'm not gonna go to Mexico City just for her, but I was thinking about going to Mexico City. Try zesty food delivery just got bought by Caviar. That's probably why Caviar is so busy, man. Caviar has been insanely busy. Like last night, yo, it's like annoying. You can't even you like orders pop up so fast that you can't even like not accept the order before like another one's popping up. Like it's insane how fast they're popping up. Versus Uber Eats, like Caviar is literally killing Uber Eats, yo. Like I'll have Uber Eats on and just don't get any requests. But Caviar, like at certain times of the day, you'll get so many Caviar requests. Like I'll just be like, yo, like I'm gonna put my phone on airplane mode. And it can kind of be annoying how Caviar has the deliveries pop up. Because Caviar will have the deliveries pop up like you're on the way to a customer's house, okay? And you need your phone, you need the app to look at the address so you can see where to drop the order off. But what'll actually end up happening is you'll have your phone out and you're looking to see or to drop the order off, and there's another order popping up. So you have to like reject that order so you can see the first order so you can drop it off. And sometimes it'll just keep sending you orders. It'll keep sending you orders, and you're standing there in front of the customer's house, and you don't know if it's like A, B, or C, but you know it's like 14:30 because you remembered that in your head. But now you're trying to get these freaking orders off your phone. Like it could just be like annoying, you know. But yesterday was pretty decent. I think I made like $230. Yeah, and the cool thing about yesterday is I didn't have to pay for gas. Because last week I worked and I had a gasoline car and it cost me like $25 in gas. But yesterday I worked, made roughly the same amount of money I did last week, but I didn't have to pay for the $25 in gas. So it worked out. But one thing I will say about working on Sundays around here with an electric car, it sucks to charge. It sucks because everybody goes to the grocery store on Sunday. And most of the charging spots, well, the EV Go charging spots are at Whole Foods. So what happened? People go to the grocery store on Sunday to stock up for the week. So you have a line going into Whole Foods, and a lot of times you'll have people that'll just park in the EV spot. But usually on Sundays, there's so many EV cars out driving that the EV spots are like all filled up with just EV cars, and everybody's trying to charge. And yesterday was like a mess. Like I woke up and when I started driving, I had 180 miles, like 180-mile range. And then when I went to charge, I had maybe like 50-mile, no, like 60-mile range. That's like the lowest I've let it go is 60-mile range. And I'm just like, I need to charge. Because I don't like to let it go too low because it'll take longer to charge to 80%. Like, so what are your thoughts on Postmates? They tell you the drop off location. I haven't tried Postmates since they have updated system, but that's pretty dope. What car do you have? This is a Chevy Bolt. Used to try to be a Bird scooter charger. I thought about that. Do you have stock in Whole Foods? Whole Foods is very expensive. So Amazon bought Whole Foods. So if you want to invest in Whole Foods, you have to invest in Amazon. And Amazon is over $2,000 a share. So no, I don't own any Amazon actually. Will you ever eat meat again? I don't think so. I don't plan on it. Take some acting classes, think about your future, or train as a cameraman. You're travel now. That's what's up. Haven't seen you in months. I'm back. I'm back in SF. Yo, thanks for the super chat. Always in Brazil. And I wrote books on it. Oh, dude, that's what's up. Caviar is good at peak hours. That's very true, yo. That is very true. Millennials want that caviar when they can't cook. That's true. Go to Mississippi. No, I'm cool on Mississippi. Come back to Switzerland. Do you still use the electric board? So I still use it, but guys, there's just problems after problems with the electric skateboard. Like I have three, and there's problems with all three. So what am I gonna do? Just take a trip and just leave it behind. Like I'll probably buy another boosted next spring when they go on sale. But until then, I'm not really gonna ride too much. So they sent me two boards that I sent them. In the first board, I'm having a issue with the battery, right? One of the extended range batteries is no longer working. And another issue with that board is the remote. The remote and the motors are not like linking up. So that's like one problem. Two problems with that board. And then the board that I'm riding now, one of the motors, because Boosted replaced both motors, one of the motors is already going out. Yeah, so it's crazy. You want to sell your Boosted? See, I don't really know exactly how much to sell it for because what it looks like in places like New York and San Francisco and LA, people are selling boosteds for more money versus other parts of the US like in other groups. Like I see some guy in like the middle of Texas selling a boosted board, V2, like in brand new condition, but he's only asking $1,000 because around him there's just less people willing to buy a used boosted board. There's less people willing to buy a boosted board at all. Unlike a place like New York where you can get more money for it just because more people are looking, like more people are looking to buy. Use Google Maps if you are lost. It works for me. I use Google Maps all the time, yo. You should do more of these live streams. Oh yeah, I should do more live streams. Well, man, it's been killing me making videos. When I get back in the Bay, it's like super hard to make videos. So that's why I've just been doing live streams. Which country going to next? I'm gonna do a couple stopover countries, and then I'm gonna head down to another continent that I haven't visited this year actually. And then from there, we'll stay probably a couple of weeks in this very beautiful destination, and from there, we'll fly back to another place. And I don't know if I'm gonna go back to the U.S. after that trip because I'm gonna knock out, possibly 4 to 5 countries on this next trip I'm planning. I don't know if I'm gonna stay for 1 month and knock out those countries and then knock out the actual key country I want to go to, or if I don't know if I'm gonna stick around and try to make this a double trip. I could totally pull this one off and make this one a double trip, but it just really depends on cost and that sort of thing, in flights and how much things cost. Because if I make this a double trip, it's literally going to cost 3 times as much because the second leg of this trip is going to be way more expensive. Yeah, I'm on Instagram. I'm not on one Cali. I haven't really posted much on Instagram lately, but I will. Yeah, the Bay is hella lonely, yo. Yeah, it's definitely lonely. You ever consider an e-will? No, I haven't. You've been to Japan? I've never left the airport in Japan. I've been there like 4 times or something, but never left the country. Nope, never been to Taiwan. Dude, Asia. I want to go back to Asia so bad because Asia's so cheap and there's so many different places. But I'm gonna. That's the thing. When you get the travel bug, yo, why I titled it? Well, because I'm lost in life. Like I'm crazy lost. Try to make a big flame. No, I don't want to do that. I'm not lost. Like I'm not lost in the woods. Go to Cyprus if you can. Cyprus sounds like fun. Hey, new subby here. Love all your travel videos. Please come travel to Hawaii. I'll show you around. Oh, really? I've been to Hawaii like a handful of times. I should probably go. If I go back to Hawaii, I'm gonna have to go to Maui. But I love Honolulu because it's like a city. So I love Honolulu. Honolulu's fun. I could probably take a boosted board there too. Because a trip like that, I would just probably stay in Hawaii. I should probably look into that. Hawaii would be fun, and it's only a 1 hour flight. No, it's only one flight. It's not a 1 hour flight. It's like actually a 5 hour flight from California. Star Fox, what up? Dominic Republican. Believe it or not, I was looking at Jamaica. I was really looking at Jamaica. I was looking at going to Jamaica and staying for a week, but then I thought, would a week be long enough? Would 10 days be good? And then I was looking at the flights, and the flights from San Francisco to Jamaica round trip was about $475, right? So when I look at that price, and I was looking at flights going to Morocco, I wasn't looking at direct flights, but I was doing some funny stuff with the search engine. I figured out how I could get a flight to Morocco for $400. So I'm thinking, wow, Morocco is so much farther than Jamaica, and it's cheaper. So I'm thinking maybe I want to hold off on Jamaica. Another thing about Jamaica, I feel that if I would travel to Jamaica, I should probably travel the Caribbean So instead of just going to Jamaica, go to Dominican Republican, go to multiple places in that area. And that way I would get more bang for my buck. And that would just be a better idea to just go to more places if I'm gonna go there. So that's one thing I thought about. Oh yeah, Morocco is everything's cheaper. Travel Pirates app has some decent flights. Yeah, I'd check them out too. No, you need to go to Cuba. Cuba sounds fun. I'm really thinking of GoFund page for travels. How you travel is okay. It's really not like on this next trip. I'm gonna actually try to spend less than $2,000 for the month. Yeah, actually, I could probably spend about $1,500 on this next trip for a month. Yeah, I could probably do it, but I'll have to see. Yeah, yeah. They say a lot of stuff's going on in Jamaica right now. Do do you and your ex still talk? She was cool. No, we don't talk. Um, she lives in the Bay Area actually, but no, we don't talk anymore. I don't think we really have much to talk about. Like British Jamaican, yeah, man. So sorry, guys, that I'm not making just vlogs every day. Like I feel like I'm neglecting y'all a little bit because I'm not making vlogs. But I've just been kind of working, kind of saving money. And when I just do the same stuff every day, internet too, like this Airbnb I'm staying at has really bad internet. So whenever I want to upload vlogs, I have to go through like a lot of work. Like it's just not as easy. I should have got WeWork, but I didn't know how long I was gonna be here. And it looks like I'm gonna take off like in like a week or two. So WeWork would have just been a waste, you know? Well, actually, probably wouldn't have been a waste. But I'm also driving a lot, so I kind of don't need WeWork as much. But I need to upload videos. Sometimes you have to chill out. You're right, I should. But I don't want to chill out here in SF. Wait, I thought your ex moved to the islands. She did, but that was like 2 years ago. Like she couldn't stay. Like with you know with a U.S. passport, you have to like leave. Well, with most passports, you have to like leave the country for a couple of days and then come back. So what a lot of people do is just go to the next country. Like they'll just go to Mexico and then come back, stay in Mexico a couple of days and then come back. Like basically a visa run. And she didn't want to do that. I mean, with her baby and all that would be a lot of work because she'd have to. Yeah, that would just be a lot of work with a baby. Like, why don't you use a room in SF free internet? Oh, I have to check that out. Chill and recharge your batteries. Oh, I feel you. I feel you. I definitely need to chill and recharge my batteries. But I feel like chilling in a place like here is not a good place to chill. Maybe like Thailand will be a good place to chill. Just not in the city of SF. Like there's no chilling around here. It's all hustle and bustle and go and do this and do that and do this and do that. Sorry if I look high. Like once again, I'll tell the story once again what happened last night while my eyes look so jacked up. So I'm delivering food last night, and this is the last order, like literally the last order. And this crap like falls over, and it was like Mexican food, and in one of the containers had like some sort of shellfish or whatever, and the sauce was everywhere. and I was touching it because I had to pick it up and clean it, and from cleaning it, and I accidentally touched my eye, and when I touched my eye, it like I broke out because I'm allergic to shellfish. So my eye it looked a lot worse last night. Like when I showed back up to my Airbnb, like everyone was looking at me like, "Dang, Jermaine," and I'm like, "Yo, like I just touched some shellfish. Like I was delivering food, and I spilled the food, and it got me sick. Like, isn't that crazy? Like I'm delivering food, I spilled the food, and the food got me sick." Jermaine just smoked an apple. Next level burger meet and greet. Yo, we should do that. When do you guys want to do that? Because I'm always there. I'm always at Next Burger, yo. And there's parking. And it's a good, decent place to meet at. When you guys want to do a meet up, like, would it be better to do it on the weekends or during the week? Probably better on the weekends, actually. Because that way I could charge my electric car. No, I'm feeling good today. I'm feeling super. Do you use inline skates? You could take them to check flights on like boosted. I could. I could. India is cheap and relaxing. So, Wow Airlines just opened up flights to India because Wow is a budget airlines, and they have flights from the U.S. going to India for, I think it was $250. Man, India's a long freaking way, and they got flights for $250. When you come to Thailand, maybe we can meet up later this year. I'll be in Thailand. I'll probably stay in Chiang Mai. I'm actually looking for a dentist in Chiang Mai because I'm gonna need. Yeah, I'm looking for a dentist, and I'll probably stay there for like a month. Yeah, I'll probably stay there for like a month. Maybe like January. I'll go to Thailand and try to do that, and then in January, instead of travel like crazy, I'll just chill out and just take it easy. Maybe in January, possibly February, go over to Vietnam because I always wanted to travel to Vietnam. And on this past Southeast Asia trip this year, trip number 3, I was planning on going to Vietnam, but instead I ended up going to Singapore, Kuala Lumpur, and Indonesia. Or I didn't even say that properly, but I ended up going to Malaysia, Singapore, and Indonesia. And on and I want to spend like a chunk of time in Vietnam, just because I mean there's a lot of history with the U.S. and Vietnam. If you guys don't know, like the whole Vietnam War and stuff, so I kind of want to spend a little bit of time there. So maybe I'll do it later. Maybe this year. She's pretty. Who's pretty? Unicorn. How often do you? How do you travel so often? Because I always find super cheap flights, and San Francisco is expensive. So let me give you guys a breakdown. I'll give you guys an example of what I mean by that. So basically, food is more expensive. When I'm here, I like rent a car. I stay in Airbnbs. All those things are really expensive. But when I go to other places, things are cheaper, and I don't have to pay for a car because I don't pay. Like I'm renting this car. Like this isn't my car, and I also when I'm traveling, I don't have to pay for Airbnb, and I mean I don't have to pay for an apartment here because when I'm here, I just pay for Airbnb. When I'm not here, I'm not paying for anything here. Haven't you decided where to sell? I don't know. That's a good question. I haven't figured it out yet. I'll figure it out eventually. It costs more to live in SF than it does to fly and travel. This is exactly why I've been traveling so much. This is exactly why I've been traveling so much. Okay, I'll give you guys this example. Um, like lately, I've been trying. Um, well, um, I want to say this, but like, I don't want to say it in a way where I'm trying to be like. I don't know. Okay, basically, it's really easy to spend a lot of money here. Like it's really easy. It's really easy to just spend like I mean you can get cheap food, but it's really easy to spend like $25 on lunch. Like for real. Like if you get a drink, if you go to a decent spot, you know? Like it's easy to do that. Now you can spend $10, but $10 still ain't cheap. $10 is not cheap. Like $5 is cheap, and you don't really find $5 meals around here. And then I don't know, by being I feel by me being like lonelier here, and I have like less people to hang out with. I feel like I spend way more money just to be happy, you know. Like I spend a lot of money on food just to be happy, like like that's one reason why I spend a lot of money on food here. Super easy to be broke in the Bay. Oh man, it's so easy to be broke in the Bay. I mean, you just have to tell yourself like, okay, don't just let's not buy that meal right now. Let's get something cheaper. Like it's so easy to spend so much money in the Bay, yo. I mean, just get a couple parking tickets right there. It's a couple $100. The Bay is, yo. I go to myself. Come on, give me a motivational speech. Y'all don't want me to start preaching about San Francisco because I can preach about this city all day. I had y'all sitting in a sermon now until the weekend because there's a lot to say about San Francisco. But I mean, obviously, I like it because I keep coming back here. Like I love this city. Go back to the South, man. The South is too. It's slow, man. Like it's slow. Like there's not. Man, when I go back home, like I don't feel the inspiration that I do when I'm in New York. I don't feel the inspiration that I do in San Francisco. And that inspiration pushes me to do bigger and better things. That inspiration does so much. That inspiration shows me that like, oh, I can achieve that. Like I can do that. I can be that. When I'm back home, I just don't see that near as much. Near as much. Like I just don't see it. Like I just don't. Like I just see like just people just basically I'm not trying to say people are doing bad, but people are just like getting by. And when I say people are getting by, I'm not saying I don't mean everybody's living paycheck to paycheck. That's not what I mean. But what I mean is you just don't I don't know like things aren't happening there. Things aren't popping off there. Like in the Bay, like things are popping off. Like there's new technology all the time popping up. New York the same way, but in Memphis, it's just not progressive. So it just makes me not want to be there. And then the crime is like outrageous. I mean, the first thing I would do if I moved back home is I would take like gun classes and start buying guns. Because shit, it's Memphis, Tennessee. That's what you need. California, like I don't even feel that way. Like I don't even think about guns and stuff like that. But if I move back home, I mean everybody I know has guns. Like everybody I know like has been taking gun classes and people know how to like load guns like with their eyes closed, hands behind their back with handcuffs on and stuff. Like I go to friends' houses and they got like 30 guns in their house. Like 30 guns. Like but then every time you cut the TV on, it's like a shooting. There's a gun crime and gas station shoot. Whoa, like I don't know, like that sounds crazy, yo. Like, I don't want. I like living in California. Like I love back home. I love the South, but man, like I don't want to be going back home and like last time I was back home. It was like everybody I was hanging out with was packing, yo. Like literally everybody was packing. Everybody is holding weight. Like I was hanging out with my homie and him and his wife. Like him and his wife, they both like in the car. She's like, yo, you got your stick on you? And he's like, I always got my stick. And she keeps her like gun in her purse. It's just a trip, yo. Like I remember when Vanessa and I went back home. People actually took us to a gun range because that's just how I mean, people go to gun ranges like all the time. It was a wait at the gun range. We had to sit around and wait an hour to shoot guns because there was so many people in there shooting guns on the weekend. You know, like it's just what people do. Like it's just like, it's a different world down there. Like I guess people smoke weed like walking down the street in San Francisco, and you really wouldn't want to do that in Memphis because man, the police, man, they'll have 15 cop cars stopping. You know, you smoking weed walking down the street there. But yet, you know, you got a line outside the gun range and like everybody's shooting. You know, I don't know. Like California is very progressive. But I love folks down south. I mean, I'm not hating it, yo. Another day, another body. Another day, another body. It's obviously you can't afford Cali. You need to move. Yep, I need to move. You should send me a super chat then. Send me like $500. Put it on your corporate card. We in a war, black folks in a war. I mean, it's crazy how like certain parts of the U.S. like guns are like so different. Like in Texas, ooh, wait, I don't even think. Man, I haven't even thought of going to Austin. No, like a lot of people move from the Bay Area and they go to Austin, but when I hear about them gun laws in Austin and how people like walk around and carry guns, I'm like, oh no, I'm cool on that. Where's your merch? You're right. Don't move somewhere unless you have a job that can sustain your lifestyle. What are you talking about, bro? You don't. How much? You don't even know much about me, dude. Obviously, shit. People in California can't afford it. It's like $1,500 a share room. Yeah, it's crazy. It is. It is crazy expensive. Like I don't get it. Love you, bro. Headed to NYC next week. You gonna be there? No, I'm still gonna be at SF. You never been to California, so how can you even talk about if you never been to California, yo? I want to write a book about Jermaine. Yeah, you talking. Let's hang out soon. I know a great Mexican restaurant. Yo, I'm really thinking about doing a subscriber meetup at the burger spot. But I don't know will people come because I notice in Oakland when I do a subscriber meetup in Oakland, way more people come. But when I do them in the Bay, no, in the city, like a lot of people don't show up because I feel that like parking is one big problem. And when people are in the city, everybody's just trying to get money all the time. What currency is that? Swiss franc? I'm in North Cal. Maybe swing down to Frisco before I head out. Oh, well, if you do, and you want to go ride skateboards, hit me up. Like, email me, because we've emailed quite a bit. Beehive drums. Oh, you live in Memphis, so I have to come in Memphis this year. I'm thinking about just going for either Thanksgiving or Christmas. But if I do go, I'm gonna stay for probably like 2 weeks. So I'm definitely gonna want to hang out with a lot of people. Yeah, Cali is definitely cheaper than Zurich. Zurich is an expensive place. You know, it's an expensive place, but like, well, let me take that back. It's a very expensive place, but if you play your cards right, you can still. I mean, the thing that's gonna really eat you up is food, and if you don't eat out, if you cook and go to the grocery store, you can save a ton of money. Trains are gonna cost a lot too, but it really depends on where you live because if you're in Zurich, if you're staying in Zurich, you may not have to take a train as much, you know? So it just really depends. Yeah, it just really depends. Oh, check out Washington State. I've been to Washington State earlier. What country I'm going to next? It's going to be a country with an airport. I don't want to say, like, I always want to just show up to places. But then when I do that, it causes problems. You got to follow me on Instagram. That's what you got to do. Did you listen to 36 Mafia growing up since you from Memphis? Yes, of course I listen to 36 Mafia, yo, and Triple Six. I mean, when you live in Memphis, like you obviously know Triple Six Mafia, especially after they won that Grammy like years ago. Yeah, like people know about 36, yo. That's very true. People in Oregon don't like people from California either. Cause I went to Oregon last year, like last year about this time I went to Oregon, and no, not last year. This time, earlier last year. Last year I went to Oregon, Portland, and I noticed that people were like, "Are you gonna move up here?" I'm like, "No, I'm not moving up here. I like living in California. I just came up here to chill for a couple days. Fly from Tennessee to Boston, then go premiere airline again. I could do that. I could. That's an option." What up, Jermaine? Saw you earlier this year in Philly. Yeah, Philly was fun, man. Did he ignore the two Swiss francs or did he not see it? What do you mean the two Swiss francs? Was it like a super chat? Did I miss it? Oh, sorry. Yo, thanks a lot for the super chat. Um, I guess I did miss it. Sometimes it could be hard to catch all of the super chats. Hello, dude from the UK. UK, make a video online. Caviar is not the same payout like it was before I started doing work online. That's very true. Like the payouts have dropped. It seemed like on Sundays the payouts are higher. You ever been to the East Coast? Yeah, I've been to the East Coast a handful of times. Oregon has the festival. Really? Yeah, I could see that. It gets a lot of rain in Oregon. Because they think rent will skyrocket. That's true. That's why they don't like people from California. People from California definitely drive up prices because people from California are like, oh, it's only this amount? Oh, that's cheap. And then stores are like, yo, we should raise the prices on these California. And then what does that do? That raises the prices on people in Portland and people in Oregon, and that just causes more problems. Yep, that's true. Oh no, oh thanks a lot for the super chat. Another super chat. Start driving for Uber again. I consider going to Denver. So guys, I'm gonna have to get off here because I'm gonna go and drive right now. Yeah, I'm gonna go drive. Make some money. Go drive, and then tomorrow I think I'm gonna go take a little California road trip because I need a little break from the city. And yeah, that's pretty much what I got going on. But for now, I think I'm gonna get ready to peace out. So I'm gonna end the stream. I want to give y'all some FaceTime. I'm from Israel. What's up? Catching no more bodies joined. No more bodies. You visited Nigeria? Nigeria's on the list, but it's not. It's not. It's not on the list anytime soon. But it's definitely on the travel list. But anyway, I'm out. I'm out. I'm out. Peace out, yo. If you start dating someone, will you stick around? Of course. Of course, yo. If I start dating someone, like I'll be around. US bound, yo.